All right, guys, we're back. Anonymous One Gaming. Look, we've got another roster reveal coming up today. We're about an hour, 8 minutes away. Um, I gotta say this, man. I don't think it's gonna be Canelo. I don't. I see like an Errol Spence level. I think it's gonna be like Errol Spence, or they could go with another legend, and I got that being Mike Tyson. Don't think they have Mike Tyson yet. But because they put Muhammad Ali in there, I've got a strong inclination on the inside that it'll be Mike Tyson. That they'll give you that Mike Tyson Muhammad Ali possibility matchup that for a while before Fight Night made it happen was a big question mark for if we'd ever get that in a video game or how it would go if they were in a video game. I think they'll follow through with that tradition. So I mean, legend wise, I'm gonna go Mike Tyson. They have Joe Frazier. They have Muhammad Ali. You want to add, you know, Mike Tyson in there. Hopefully, it's not like George Foreman. Even though that'd be cool to get him in there eventually, but that's a DLC guy. Other than that, I'm going with Errol Spence. He's got the big fight with Manny Pacquiao coming up. I think they'll eventually have Manny Pacquiao in there. I think that's an easy sign up. I think they'll definitely grab Manny Pacquiao at some point here, probably before release date. Um, but yeah, I think they'll go with current a current fighter. I think it'll be Errol Spence Jr. That just makes a lot of sense to me. You got Bud Crawford in there. Everybody wants to see Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence. So and also he's a current fighter who's probably aware, of the gaming situation going on out here. Um, I mean, these roster reveals. I think the only reason that I'm kind of growing weary of just a character reveal is just because they've been kind of underwhelming after the first one. Obviously, I love the game so far. I love the development team that's putting this together, making this happen. Still City Interactive doing their thing, but this is a legend heavy game so far. Um, and I think there's a lot of guys that you can grab right here in the states, and throw them on there. Guys that aren't like super elite, but they're current fighters that are solid. So hopefully they keep on adding. You get some of those guys with overall ratings from 80 to 88. That's what you want. Be able to mix it up. You don't want to have to and like what goes on in Fight Night when you fight online. I hate to keep bringing that up. I can't wait for this game to come out so I can never mention Fight Night again. But um, you have like a certain weight class where a guy might pick a 93 and you want to fight with a guy that's competitive that can be competitive with that guy, but he might be an 89. What's going to be the overall, because in Fight Night, if you have a 93 and somebody has a 91, you know you pretty much have to go lose that fight. If on Fight Night champion anyway, you have to go lose that fight. You have to either you have to have go in there with no game plan or a bad game plan. You have to be in there like throwing like crazy, missing like crazy to lose. So I wonder if what will a fighter, let's say I go in there with a 87 prospect and I'm fighting against a 90, you know, am I going to be able to go in there, employ a game plan, employ a strategy, and like be able to execute that and get the upset? I think it would be dope to like go into the fight knowing which user has like the advantage and the disadvantage, and and that can be calculated kind of like what 2K does when you play head to head online. They'll let you know like your opponent's strengths, their weaknesses, what they do bad on the court, what they do good on the court. They might put on their doesn't guard the ball, or doesn't pass often, attempts a lot of threes. They'll have it all on there, and they'll put which player has the advantage, winning wise, based off of these things. So there's a lot they can do to keep it comp and push people to learn the game. It needs to be very rewarding for somebody to get this control scheme down and really like execute it when you're on the ring in the ring, because there's gonna be people who button mash. There's gonna be people who don't care to learn the game. There's gonna be obviously you have to cater to people who don't understand boxing, and through the game try to teach them boxing. How do you do that? Well, you do that by putting a skill gap in the game, making it so if a person doesn't learn the game, at least ESBC game doesn't have to be like go learn all the details of boxing, but learn the ESBC game. Also, ESBC teaching them boxing at the same time. I think that would be super dope. I think that would be maximizing on who you can cater to. So for a long time, and honestly, Fight Night could have been that, but they wanted to lean more towards arcade, and that's cool. But what they should have done is come out with a Fight Night and then have another game out there that was sim, and see which one people gravitated to, because I'm thinking people are going to gravitate towards sim. The people who are going to play this game and be online, buy the DLC, hopefully there's no microtransactions, but if there are, God forbid, then those are the people that's going to buy that virtual currency, that microtransaction. They're going to spend that money because they're comp. They want to be comp, and they understand the comp part of boxing. So the sweet science, So we're about an hour away now, y'all. I mean, like I said, I'm going with Errol Spence Jr. And if it's a legend, I'm going Mike Tyson. Um, for some reason, I guess they just signed this guy. I think whoever it is, they've been trying to, finalize this thing for a while. And, I've been looking at, some boxers' Twitter accounts and seeing, if anybody dropped any kind of nugget a little ahead of time. But everybody's pretty much, all the big names are pretty much doing a good job of, being quiet about it unless it's been revealed already. So I think this is dope right here, what they have on the screen. Matter of fact, the way they have the ratings set up, um, yeah, that's dope. I mean, I want them to really do this thing, man, and they really are. So that's dope. But yeah, hour away. I actually have to go pick up my daughters from daycare. So, if I get back in time, I might have to listen to the reveal, as I drive home or whatever. But if I'm back in time, then hey, I'll be here, and we'll talk about it after. But until then, thanks for the support. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to hear more videos, if you want to talk about other games, if you want to talk about the sports world in general or anything, put that down in the comments. And if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, turn on the noties. I'm going to turn up on these videos. I'm going to crank them out a little bit more often, now that I got a schedule and a little setup. So definitely, thanks for your time.